The GO4Heroes Tournament Finals happening again. It is a best-of-3 series here in Khaldor TV, and as you can imagine, we have two great teams going up against each other. It is Alternate facing Team Tomorrow Big. And Tomorrow Big really seems to have like a subscription for the finals of the tournament. Every single time that they play, they end up in the finals. This time they have to deal with Alternate here, a team that they defeated in the past, but Alternate, after having a bit of a rough patch, they lost two of their players in the past and then also lost their spot in the ESL Major League, is starting to make their way back to the top of the European scene. At least they're gaining some momentum here. And they've played a very good tournament. They ended up in the finals, and now we're going into Sky Temple, the first map between the two teams. We're going to find out which team is going to take it here. Will Tomorrow Big once again be able to take the lead in the best-of-3 series, or is Alternate this time the one to take the first map? We're going to find out right now in Sky Temple here at the GO4Heroes Final between Team Tomorrow Big and Team Alternate.
Get ready, boys, for game number 1 on the best-of-3 series of the GO4Heroes tournament, ladies and gentlemen. We are having to the left side of the map Team Alternate with Mopsio on Tassadar, Ardren on Diablo, it's Alan on Stitches, Gluehammer on Sergeant Hammer, when we have Brightwing played by Krolu. To the right side of the map it is Team Tomorrow Big, Breeze on ETC, Wooby on Zeratul, Splendor on Uther. And as you can see, Celium again with his Vala and Eternal playing Nazebo in this game. Sky Temple is the first map in the series, and this is going to be a fun one. Of course, the watchtower up at the top is once again going to be the first priority for both of the teams, but the rotation to the bottom lane shows us two heroes for Team Alternate, Krolu and Diablo. Moving in there. And yeah, this is going to be a pretty fun one, I would say, because at this point we have a nice split, 2 at the top, 1 middle and 2 bot. Usually you see only one hero go for the bot lane. Ardren, I would have expected him to be either in the middle for a short period of time or go straight up to the top, but they're playing a pretty defensive lineup here right now, a pretty defensive position at this point. We're seeing Diablo going for Soul Feast. It is a slam build on Stitches, and it makes a lot of sense for Alan to go for a slam build here, simply because they don't have too much damage on the lineup. If you're playing a lineup that plays with Sergeant Hammer and Tassadar, then you really need a bit more damage. That is usually coming in from one of the tanks if you play a double tank lineup, and in this case it's Stitches, and he can do a lot with a slam build. So not going for the sustain here, but instead trying to dish some damage out in those fights. Sergeant Hammer, and then especially of course the Archon form on Tassadar will supply a lot of DPS in those fights later on. When we're looking towards Team Tomorrow Big, we can still see with Zeratul that lineup that they were trying to utilize again, where they rely a lot on the Apocalypse on Diablo. That's one of the main reasons why we've seen Alternate pick Diablo away and go for a second tank here, because they realize that this preferred setup that we have from Team Tomorrow Big could potentially come into play again, and then they just said, listen up guys, we are not going to deal with that, we are going to pick a second tank, we're going to pick that away from you. And they did. So instead we're seeing ETC now being played. It's going to be interesting to see how he combos with Zeratul's Void Prism that we've been seeing as a setup for Apocalypse in most of the games that have been played so far. That crowd control style that Tomorrow Big is utilizing against those teams with the Rain of Vengeance, with the stun on Uther, with the Divine Storm, Apocalypse, and the setup thanks to the Void Prism is extremely strong if you hit it correctly. Double amplified healing. Not quite sure what oh, nice kill here. Diablo apparently killed out. I'm not quite sure what I should think about the amplified healing on Diablo. I don't really think that you need that on him if you... sorry, on Stitches. I don't think you really need that on Stitches if you're going for a damage build. Then you should take Putrid Ground on level 4 and go straight for the additional poison on level 7. But in this case, he seems to think that just going for that extra damage on level 1 on Slam is going to be enough for those fights. Time will tell, I suppose, if they have the damage to really take them down. But at this point, it's Alan and Gluehammer going for the first camp. We have Ardren still in the mid lane, getting the experience. And of course, the one thing that really counts on this map in particular is the second temple phase, when the bottom temple is going to be activated on its own, without any other temple on the map being active. So you can't really play around your opponent. You need to fight for that temple, and you won't be able to do that if you don't have the experience, and that's why both of the teams are trying to soak as much lane XP as they can. So far, it's very, very close. We don't see Team Tomorrow Big pull ahead. They have 1 kill, but early on in the game, that doesn't give you a lot of experience, especially if that hero is not alone on the lane or doesn't lose anything for his team. It is indeed Alternate who gets that talent just a few seconds earlier. We're having Gust of Healing taking on level 7. And at the same time, it's Tenderizer taken on Stitches with a Mule on Tassadar. I like Mule on this map in particular. We've been going over this already a few times, but in case that you are a bit newer to Heroes of the Storm, the rule of thumb is that if you are playing on a map where the objective is attacking the structures directly, that's when you want to take Mule. Good examples for that would be Sky Temple, which we have here, and also another good example is especially Blackheart's Bay. You can argue that even if you play on a map like Haunted Mines, you could go for it since you don't really control how you attack those structures with those golems. But yeah, those are a few maps. Oh, Celium in a lot of trouble and a nice attack here against that hard camp. They were really trying to keep him alive with a protective shield, but that was a great move. And suddenly Alternate is way ahead in experience. And we've been talking about that bottom temple that's going to happen very soon. The rotation with Brightwing moving up to the top to be able to move down with a phase shift and getting some split experience before the temple activates has happened. And yeah, very nice setup for Alternate. I have to say that they're doing a great job here. We're seeing Team Tomorrow Big trying to catch up in EXP, but especially with that hard camp taken, or both of the hard camps attacking the top lane, it's a bit of a dicey situation that we're seeing here for them. Gluehammer, everybody is actually in a great spot here taking those towers down, and with them annihilating the first few, this is going to be a great spot. That temple is going to be an easy pick for Alternate. But Tomorrow Big already vacated that temple area, and instead they're just moving up to the top lane and trying to put the pressure onto the fort here. Brightwing is the only one that's here, and he is not getting out of there. He definitely dies. No escape possible. So Wooby and the rest of the team are going straight for that fort. But then again, we have the boss attacked now by Alternate. They're saying, hey, you know what, if you actually go for that position, we're going to take that boss. The 10 hitting even faster for Breeze, who goes for stage dive. That boss is being attacked, but I don't think that they can rotate with the rest of the heroes down fast enough. Can they even save that fort? I don't think so. Brightwing already jumping in, they need to finish that fast. Oh, that Void Prism! That might be exactly what they need here. Apocalypse stuns out both of them, and Breeze is about to die. Breeze goes down, but what a great use of the ultimate from Vala in this case. They kill 3 heroes out. The boss taken by Alternate at least, but I mean, they lost 3 heroes to make that happen. They lost a 4th as well. Yeah, that Zeratul Void Prism, that was really clutch. That allowed them to buy a bit more time to get everything set up for that fight. So Alternate, even though they won a temple at the bot lane, is having a problem. Is having a really big problem here. They're falling behind in the XP, and the boss is just this early in the game not powerful enough to really do a whole lot of damage against this. A fort has been taken out, the top one has been taken too. Camps are now stolen away, but Splendor might not make it here. He could be overpowered, and ooh, apparently was still in cooldown, I suppose. Bit of an alternative build here, by the way, with the Echo Paddle. Oh, sorry, Echo Paddle Guitar Hero, pretty normal build, my bad. I actually misread that talent for a second. We're seeing Apocalypse used, Putrid Bile. We also have Napalm and Blink Heal on the side of Alternate, together with the Archon on Tassadar. I mean, duh. What else would you see there? At the same time, looking for the heroic abilities on the opponent's team. Very much what we saw in that fight. That stun comp again. Here comes ETC. They're trying to go for Alternate again, and Breeze is using his face melt to push him away. Nice move by Krolu. But with a stun, he has no chance to use his phase shift. He's trying to speed himself up and escape, but Breeze is already cutting his path off. Actually, he's trying to go for Sergeant Hammer up at the top, but of course, Brightwing is not going to make it here either. Down he goes, and 8 kills against 2 tell a pretty sad story, at least for the Polish fans amongst our viewers today. We're having a double sprint taken already on level 13 with a frost shot by Vala, now utilized against Ardred in a second. If she even gets close enough before he dies, and no, she does not. But maybe they can go for another hero, trying to find another angle here to go in. Oh yes, Splendor is getting hooked. The problem is if you don't have any kind of stun or lockdown, then you can't really do too much, even if that hook hits hard. Uber Rockstar is taken on ETC. We're seeing that wormhole talent on Zeratul that you would of course always expect in this situation. We have currently at the bot lane, at the bot lane there is our Gluehammer in position, and they take that. I'm a bit surprised that they don't really care about that bottom temple. I feel they could have contested that as well. Yeah. Up to the top, we're having Breeze who is going to push that lane back a bit. I mean, that tower is going to be an easy kill. Just move in and take it. And of course, with the stage dive talent, you can always jump into the fight when it really happens. The Slam build was continued on level 13 with the Mega Slam, using that on Stitches. Of course, we're going to see Pulverize, or we should see Pulverize on the next level. But once again, an attempted snipe against Blue Hammer. They might be able to get him. Oh, here comes the wall. And the hook against Eternal. Void Prison is used. Blue Hammer is dead, and the jump in as well. They're trying to go for Krolo now too. The body block not really helping too much. And he is just jumping away with another blink heal. But yeah, it's just like, this is just a slaughter at this point when it comes to kills, at least that is. I mean, it's 10 kills against 2. Except for the early kills that Alternate got, there was nothing else they could really do in this game. And so far, Team Tomorrow Big is controlling this match at every single instant. We're seeing another fort at the bot lane attacked now. Whoopi could potentially, he's actually using one of the singularity spikes to threaten Krolo here. In the mid lane, that's where we're seeing Ellen and Ardran. There's nobody at the bot lane to really do something about that push. And even though the fort is still alive, it's extremely low. They need to drop a mule fast if they really want to keep that alive. Hard camp at the top is being taken. And I'm a bit surprised that we don't see... we actually don't see Team Tomorrow Big move in and take that fort out. They kind of need to do that, because if we don't, then they will be mule back to full health, and they know that too. That's why they move in and take it. Boss should be up in another half minute, I'd say. No, it's actually a minute until it's back to life. Double imposing presence. 16 talents are now there against level 15, and that's of course the time to fight and steal your opponent's camps. They can't go in and try and contest that. Double bombs have already been used or taken, and it is blood for blood on Vala. Yeah. Tricky situation for Alternate. I mean, it's very difficult on Sky Temple in general to come back after you are behind in the game, and they are very, very far behind, especially since a lot of those structures were taken out not by the temples or by the objectives, but by simply Team Tomorrow Big using an advantage and a good position, moving in and taking those, while Alternate was busy claiming a few camps, especially the one at the top lane where the hard camp was taken earlier, the bruiser camp. So the rotations at the bot lane are starting to get in place to be able to go straight to the boss once it comes up. But this is a fight that I feel especially Alternate can't take. We could see Team Tomorrow Big move in for that and try to go for it. And I guess that's probably what we're going to see here. Boss is there. Whoopi still has the Void Prison that he could use at any point in the game. Oh, the double singularity spike, the frost shot maybe even. And ETC jumping in. Uh-oh, bad news. Yeah, that Apocalypse didn't hit anything. Nothing at all. And here comes a great old Diablo hooking the wrong, Stitch hooking the wrong talent. Diablo starting out that ult, but there goes straight for Ardran. Down he goes, and they might get more than that. They will at least get Alan, I'd say. Well, at least if they focus on him, but they are trying apparently to chase the rest of them down. Oh my god, and that Void Prison traps them, and now we should see Krolo and Mopsio die. Oh, Mopsio? He survives! Yes, he survives, but, well, Brightwing dies. Even with the ice block that he has chosen here, he's not making it. Eternal, wow, what was that? Eternal apparently having a bit of a death wish and moving in for a suicide move. Now we're having Pulverize taken over the fishing hook, and with Pulverize, you know what? Now that it is actually a 3 versus 4, if you rotate well on those temples, you might be able to get a kill. Whoopi is blinking back. He needs to make sure that he doesn't die since he has a lot of stacks gathered up. He should be on full stacks actually. He should be on 5. Let me double check. Yes, he's on full stacks for his gathering power. Top lane has been taken, and that is starting to pressure the keep. With the keep being pressured, this is always a nasty situation. You don't want to have those lanes pushing against you. It's at least an even talent fight. The hook is hitting him, but he can't lock them down. Mopsio has to be careful since he's starting to drop in hit points a lot. We're having the mid lane now taken and the additional shots already claimed. Oh, that was actually a nice move. Destroying the wall over here. It's a level that they are behind, but Alternate, I guess if they are able to win a fight here, they would still have a chance. The problem is that up here at the top, Mopsio is already low, and Breeze is really trying to go for him. They're trying to get the last few Templar shots, and they might be able to capture those. I think they will. Mopsio is low, way too low in my opinion. Oh, and here comes the Ravenous Spirit, but stunned out. The kill against Tacita is there. And they're trying to get the rest of them. Alan, yes, chew your food is useful, but I do not think that... actually, he doesn't have it. But yeah, Devour is useful, I'd say. He's dying regardless, though. And over here, we have another hero going down. Krolo is trying to escape, maybe with a blink heal. But there are just too many heroes that are trying to capture him. Oh, nice. Dodging that for a second. Oh my god, that escape by Krolu. What a boss. What a... That was perfect play. I mean, sorry, but that was incredible. That was an incredible escape by Brightwing here. Just blinking to the left, to the right, dodging the singularity spike, and then using the phase shift in the perfect moment. That was very, very well done here by him. That's commendable. That was a great, great move. That was definitely a top play that we had there. Yeah, Brightwing using his bribes now. We still have the team way behind though. That's a great move on the support. Did not, of course, make up for them losing way too many heroes in that fight. But still, it was a nice touch to that. They are still more than a level behind, and it is an even talent fight if they go for it. So they might have a chance to come back into this. Getting the maybe a battle, win a battle, take down 2 heroes and grab boss. That would go a long way. It would go a long way in this. And well, right now we're having Alan, Mopsio, the rest of the team just getting in position for that. They are trying to just like move, I guess, into the temple area. It's only 1 temple on the map, and if they can fight for that now, they might be able to win it. They are still setting their heroes up, and they are also trying to find out where exactly the opponent is positioned. Getting boss now would probably be a bad idea on the side of Team Tomorrow Big, just because a simple hook could ruin their day very, very fast. And yeah, there we go. Whoopi is in position. Celium, Breeze. They're all just like trying to move away there. That hook is still the biggest threat, but of course also Void Prism is an issue. The temple is activated now, so it starts to get the shots in. And the more shots we have, we might see one of those keeps fall. So if it doesn't really look like it, oh, the 2 tanks have to be careful with this. They're still trying to create some space, especially for Krolo here, and they do that well. Over here we have the wall attacked. Tower is about to go down. And Arjun and Alan are still in decent position, but they are pushed back, and this can turn into a death trap very fast. Whoopi is trying to hit the Void Prism. They need to make sure that they're not too clustered up. Whoopi is there, Void Prism against Cluehammer. They jump Alan, they go in straight away. Here comes the ult. Now stunning nothing. Alan about to go down. He goes for Devour, moves back. ETC jumping in. Arjun is still alive. The first kill against Stitches. And they get Diablo as well. Both of the tanks are already down. Vala was lost by Team Tomorrow Big, but still they can get the damage in against Mopsio. But they're very low themselves. That fight is not won by a long shot yet. And once again, we're having those moves in, but Eternal with his ult. Can he take down Gluehammer? It looks like he can. Yes, he does. And Krolu again with his Blink Heal in the last second. Gets away for now. Blink Heal 1, Blink Heal 2, speeding himself up, trying to move back, but he's poisoned, he'll die, and so will the rest of the team. It's a full wipe, and level 20 is now reached for Team Tomorrow Big. They get Rewind on Zeratul. They have Blink on ETC. It's of course the Divine Hurricane, or it's going to be the Divine Hurricane on Uther, whereas Bala goes straight for the Nexus Frenzy and the Annihilating Spirit here for the opponent. That keep here has been attacked, there's of course not denying that, but with the boss grabbed 16 minutes into the game and a full team wipe, this is a really impressive position that we're seeing in game number 1 now for Team Tomorrow Big. They want to win another tournament here, they want to take the GO4Heroes tournament once more, and they have a very, very nice position to do exactly that. The Mule is working overtime to repair the towers at the front and that wall, but there's still 14 seconds on Brightwing, another 12 on Tassadar. They can put pressure on the keep and just rely on the boss to put pressure onto the bot lane. Vala is on the way again, and the keep here is already dropping in HP, as you can see. Vala is nearly there, and for Alternate, it's a loss-loss situation. What are you gonna do? You need to defend the bot lane, you need to defend the mid lane, you can't really defend both, and you might lose a hero here, and if you do, then you are in trouble. They're moving in against it, the shield already gone, the hook attempt against Breeze, hitting Breeze, but he is hooked into the wall and drops off the hook. So they take the half HP of the structure. The thing is though that the boss down here didn't really kill too much, so actually not a single keep taken yet. Hook attempt again, oh, he kills the creep actually, the mercenary, the bruiser. 2 of the temples going to be activated, and well, if you only have level 19 and you're up against level 21, it's not only a stat problem, it's a problem of talents, and you don't really want to fight for that. So they need to get that level, and they need to get it fast, and I don't think they will be fast enough to get that in time to contest one of those temples. This is a pretty shitty situation for them to be in. I mean, they will have that talent soon, but before they have it, they can't fight, and they will only get it in a bit. Gluehammer and Ardren are trying to take at least a few of the camps away, and they go for the siege camp first. We're having already Void Prison used Adrian moves back. Whoopi needs to be careful, but Adrian getting low. ETC jumping in. 20 versus 20. Diablo is already dead. He's going to come back, of course, but those stuns. And Eternal, he gets the ult in. Here comes finally that Apocalypse, but it is a bit too late. And Celium is not dying yet. He is in the backs doing his damage. They take 3 heroes down 4. They wipe the team again. Diablo just bouncing back in the last second there, of course, thanks to his passive, but still, they're losing the entire match there. It's just way too much. Another 50 seconds on most of the heroes, and as you can see in this point, we're having them move up against the keep, and they want to finish the game right now. They want to finish the game, and they go straight for the core, trying to take it here. Breeze, Splendor, the GG's already called as they realize they can't really turn this around. Alternate is losing the first map in this best of 3 series at the GO4Heroes Final, and we're having a Team Tomorrow Big win the first map and take the lead in the best of 3 series.
Team Tomorrow Big once again with the lead, winning the match on Sky Temple against Team Alternate. But now we're going into the second game, and I can already tell you one thing. This game is a bit out of the ordinary, especially since we're having Team Alternate play with a composition that you don't see every day. And just from a look at the draft, the one thing that becomes pretty transparent is that with traditional play, there's a bit of damage missing. It's going to be very, very tricky for Alternate to really get a foothold in the second game, but they have a special strategy prepared, and they put a lot of thought into that composition. I really like that, because they're just trying something new here. They're approaching the game a bit different. They're starting to use a few different builds for their heroes to get exactly the amount of damage that they need to take Tomorrow Big down here. So a very nice approach from Team Alternate, and they're not afraid to try something new here in the finals. So we're going to jump into the game on Garden of Terror. I'm going to find out if Alternate is going to be able to take Tomorrow Big down, or if once again the victor of the GO4Heroes tournament will be Tomorrow Big. See you guys on Garden of Terror in just a second here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2 in the best of 3 series at the GO4Heroes tournament has started, and we are looking again at Alternate versus Team Tomorrow Big. And currently Alternate is down 1 game in the best of 3 series after they lost the match on Sky Temple. So if they lose on Garden of Terror now, then they would lose the finals, and Team Tomorrow Big would be victorious once again at the GO4Heroes tournament. We have to the left side in blue Alternate, the Polish team, with Mopsy on Tyrande. We have Gluehammer on Falstad, Ardren on Tyrael, Alan playing Uther, and Krolu on Rhaegar. A double healer comp with Tyrael and Falstad. An interesting comp there, a bit old school. To the right side in red, it's Breeze on Stitches for Team Tomorrow Big, Splendor on Malfurion, Whoopi on Tassadar, Celium on Vala, and Eternal on Nazebo. Very interesting picks for the teams that we see in this. We have Sergeant Hammer not banned and not picked, something that I personally didn't expect, and I'm still not sure if there's enough damage on the side of Alternate to really make this work. Back in the days in the Alpha, we had comps that were circling around, like especially the Tyrael initiation with Judgment, Falstad, and oftentimes even Nova to burst the target down, initiate with Judgment, use Hinterland Blast, back then still called Shock and Awe, and Precision Strike to take down a target immediately in the fight and just like wipe it from the face of the earth. But these days you don't see that too often anymore. Falstad is not really the hero that he once was. The bird got plucked and was a bit nerfed. So over here we have Ardra now, and even Tyrael is not being picked all that often anymore, and the reason is simple. He lost Cast Aside on level 13, which was a great talent to interrupt, especially the ult of Nazebo, which is basically one of the reasons why they probably picked him here. Already the move up in the mid lane, nice stun attempt, but that didn't really work out for them. So yeah, with talents taken, I personally would like to see if we're seeing maybe Tyrande going for a talent with Searing Arrows taken so that she can do a bit more damage, since damage is what they will be lacking in this game. And I would still give a big advantage to Team Tomorrow Big with the draft that they have here. We've seen Stitches now together with Tassadar, with Vala for good damage. Nazebo is there as well. There's a lot of damage there in the lineup. The double healer comp will be able to out-heal a lot of that, but will they be able to out-heal enough? That's the question. Heroes already starting to contest the attempt of Alternate to go for the big one. Yep, there is the hook. Of course, if you don't have anything for the lockdown, then you need to be careful how you deal with that. They're trying to steal a few of those seeds away. and they're doing that. Wooby was just moving in a second ago, and now the rotation is starting to be complete. We have Eternal moving in, Splendor as well, and they're trying to take the seeds from the plant, and there they are. Gluehammer very much exposed. They go for Ardren on Turiel. Gluehammer barrel rolls away in the last second, but more seeds taken now by Team Tomorrow Big. Team Tomorrow Big has taken quite a lot. So, yeah. Down to the bottom lane, we have Cilium on Vala still doing his thing against Alan. Alan trying to push him back as much as he can. But this is, I feel this is going to be a tricky game for Alternate. But well, let's see. There's the Searing Arrow attack. Oh god, I'm loving it. That is good. Okay, I like that. I like that. That is something that they had to do. It would have been, I feel, a very big mistake to go for a normal build with a healing ward on Vala, sorry, not on Vala, but on Tyrande, considering what kind of build they are currently playing in this game. I don't think they could have survived with that, but even with Searing Arrow, it is going to be tricky. And we're having a Smite taken as well as Amplified Healing on a single tank. Nice root against Mopsio. Ardren also a bit in trouble. Cilium is moving in as well, but he's split from the rest of the team, and that might be his demise. Moving back, and Gluehammer actually jumped in, but Breeze is on the way. It's a 5 versus 5 with Mopsio just barely surviving the first kill against Vala, but they might be able to get Alan, and they do. And the problem is that Mopsio here might die as well, but Eternal is overextending and dies, and oh my god, Tyrande actually gets away. I can't believe it. 2 versus 1 in this case. It's still a slight lead in experience for Team Tomorrow Big, and they also have more seats. They have a lot more seats. They have 91 against 49. So, yeah. Another move in already. 2 heroes with Amplified Healing. The 2 solo tanks are taking the talent. Wooby is moving back. Mopsio is still alive. Is he finally dying? Yes, he is, but Tassadar might not make it either. Oh god, those body blocks by Breeze! But they don't matter. It is the kill against Tassadar. 2 kills against 3 overall. But look at that seed count, 91 against 53, level 7 for both of the teams with the Tinderizer taken. We have triple battle momentum, 1 on the side of Vala and the other 2 on Rhaegar. What? Rhaegar with battle momentum, oh my god, like I don't think I've ever seen that. And we're having Tyrael taking battle momentum too. I can't believe that Rhaegar actually... interesting choice there. Don't see that too often. But, well, for now we're having, in this case, the plant taken. Okay, they might not get that plant just yet. Yeah, it's 88 versus 92. In the end, it is nearly an even split. They were not able to move in for that. A bit surprising, actually. I thought they would be able to maybe do a bit more with that. But yeah, let's see. We have at least Trucial Aura taken, so they go for basically the damage talents on most of their heroes. Really trying to get the DPS in that they will need later on in the game, since they are lacking compared to Team Tomorrow Big in that regard. We're seeing currently Eloon's Grace taken here. And yep, on Malfurion. We also have, of course, by now Gitbin being used as cleanse on the side of Uther. Up to the top. Let's see what Breeze can do against Krollo here. It's still a bit of an experience lead that we're seeing for Team Tomorrow Big, but it's not a massive one. It's there, but it should not result in them being able to hit a big timing with one of their heroic abilities. That would be a bit too much, I suppose. Could we potentially see with this even Bloodlust taken? I mean, I'm just like speculating a bit, but it's a double healer combo, and if we talk about damage instead of Ancestral Healing, we might actually just see them go for a Bloodlust build instead, since they're already going for Searing Arrow attacks, and we have very aggressive builds in that regard. So we might actually see that happening. Currently Gluehammer moving back here. Breeze is in position, moves back for now. Maybe it's going to be a build that cycles around Bloodlust. We've seen a few of those happening with double healers. I haven't casted too many games with it, but that might be one of the approaches that they go for here. With Tyrande, that could be a thing with a Searing Arrow build that we're having played here. Falstad, not really the hero that is known for most of the right-click damage, but well, if he gets into the battle, he can get that in too. But well, we're gonna find out. That might be an approach to, a solution to the problem, the damage problem that they might have. So maybe they run with that. We're having a Splendor up at the top. They're going for one of the camps. It is Bloodlust. They play Bloodlust with this. So this is a cool combination now from Alternate. With all those little tweaks that they made, they might just have enough damage to contest what we're seeing from Team Tomorrow Big. It's Judgment, Bloodlust, Hinterland Blast, and the Starfall. Suddenly we are talking a different ball game here. We have an opportunity for them to really do the damage. They don't need the Ancestral Healing, and instead they're going now straight for the very, very heavy damage build that they have. But of course we have also Tranquility to kind of negate a lot of the damage. We're seeing Ravenous Spirit taken, as well as the stun thanks to Rain of Vengeance. At the bot lane, they need to be careful with this. Eternal, yep, there comes the stun, Hinterland Blast, and Eternal is getting wiped off the face of the earth with this. So, nice and well done. That was of course a bit of a problem that they had there. Yeah, especially there was no support. There was nothing they could do. Oh, but Mopsio, there's the counter kill against him. And Krolo is suddenly alone. Where's the dog? He needs to go doggy style right now, and he's trying to run away. Not happening against that. Alright, so the dog is down as well. 4 kills against 4. That double kill really helped Team Tomorrow Big, and they are starting to push that in. They already killed the towers off. They will hit level 13 a lot faster. A lot faster. Oh, Falstad actually flying away here, trying to escape. He was aware that he might get hooked there, and that would have been the end of him. Level 13 with the Relentless talent taken. We could see also more seeds. That is going to be the first plant for them for sure. We also have Oracle taken, just to give them an idea of where exactly their opponent is positioned. And it is with Tranquility, of course, Ice Block. Spell Shield taken on Tacita instead of Prescience or his additional Storm talents. Interesting choice here to go for that. Yeah, well, it makes sense, I suppose, against what we're seeing with especially Judgment and all those other skills. Hinterland Blast, of course, being one of the most dangerous ones to them. Plans for both of the teams, but a lot more seeds taken now at the top lane for Team Tomorrow Big. Double Spell Shield, actually. I really like how they adjust to the build that we are seeing from the opponent's team. Usually you don't see Spell Shield taken on Vala. One of the periods in the game where Spell Shield was one of the go-to talents was when Nova was horribly overpowered with that burst damage comp that she had. Then you would go for Spell Shield. Oh, good hook against the plant. I can't do anything against that. Oh, actually locking her down. Trying to trap the plant here. Look at that. But I'm not sure if they really want to stay here, but they do a lot of damage to that already, and having half the HP down on the Garden Terror is always annoying. But yeah, back in the days when Nova was still all that strong, you could go for Spell Shield on Vala to kind of make sure you don't die instantly against Nova. Nova got changed a lot since then, and Vala hasn't really utilized that talent a lot. But in this particular scenario, it makes sense. It actually makes a lot of sense to go for something like that. Oh, Giant Killer taken now on the side of Falstad. I really want to see that first Bloodlust fight that we're going to see soon. And with the Garden Terror up at the top for Team Tomorrow Big, we could actually see that happening right now. Down at the bot lane, it's Bluehammer in position. Here comes the rest of the team. Krolu is there, we are waiting for it. And on 13, we actually see him with a Healing Surge taken. Now, a very alternative build that we're seeing on Rhaegar in this case. Utilizing or like trying to completely run with that Bloodlust opportunity. Another hero moving in. This time it's Gluehammer on the Garden Terriers. Another 6 seconds. Are we going to see a potential kill against Wooby? Wooby tries to move back and he gets his wish granted. Is able to move back there in the last second. Oh, once again, everybody moving away for now. Krolu, Mopsio, the entire team is rotating as 5 and moving back. 15 against 14, 4 kills against 4. Very close still. With now forts taken out by both teams. There comes another pot trying to do damage against that fort, but they could push that in. They could push that in just with Celium using his arrows, but of course with the plant now dropping down, they might not try and go for that. But yeah, at the same time here, it's Krolu and the rest of the team starting to move once again towards the front. The hooks dodged. No problem just there. But so far not a single Bloodlust cast in the game. We didn't see those big team fights yet. And the seed count is, just mentioning that again, higher for Team Tomorrow Big. That will make it easier for them to get another plant in the next night, during the next fall there. So the camp apparently trying to steal that away. Celium, did he see that? I think was just barely in vision. At the top lane there's one camp that they can take easily now, since they already took the Siege Giant camp, going straight for the hard camp, the Bruising camp. Oh, and Celium attacked, stunned once, stunned twice. It's one of those builds where if you are alone on the map and you are found by your opponent, you won't be able to survive. It's Tyrael's Judgment that is just so damn dangerous, and then Gluehammer moving in is, of course, always something that can really take you down quite easily. It surprises me a bit we won't have Feral Lunge used by Rhaegar, but instead the healing. I would have suspected that Feral Lunge is going to be the talent here. Oh, that hook against Gluehammer, but the heal is there, and he even got cleansed, so that worked very well to keep him alive. But yeah, that was a clutch save, because that hook was certainly, that was definitely a good one. 16 talents now with Fishing Hook, with Tenacious Roots, with Dimensional Warp, Blood for Blood, and the Specialized Toxins taken. Oh, another blind hook by Breeze. And yeah, that didn't hit anything just yet, but still. Vala is back and we could go for it once again, trying to get into position once more. They have a really, really solid experience lead. I mean, I want to highlight that once again. That experience that we are seeing there, not only with the 16 talent, but at the same time already nearing level 17, nearly a level lead that they have over the opponent. The hook is always a threat against the team, like the one that we are seeing now. And Tyrael will have at some point to utilize his judgment, just make sure that Breeze is not going to take a target down with him getting the hook in and, yeah, isolating one of the heroes. Now, there's the Hunter's Fury, additional attack speed. That's a really nice talent to take. I haven't seen that taken in conjunction with the Ranger's Mark, but that is a pretty cool talent to take. Hunter's Fury, really trying to go for that additional attack speed that works so well with the Searing Arrow and of course also the True Shot Aura. And with Blood for Blast especially. Like, Tyrande could do a lot of DPS with that. We're gonna go and look at the DPS after the next few team fights. Overdrive for Falstad to make that burst damage comp even more scary. And with Tyrael and Rhaegar going for Blood, there's a lot of potential on the team now to get some DPS in. Oh, the hook against Ardra, he gets locked down, or at least they tried to, but they wasted the Rain of Vengeance. They didn't get it, and now here comes the fight. Is it going to be the first time that we're seeing? There's the Bloodlust, and immediately it's Eternal. He needs to get away there, needs to go away fast, and they're rushing away. Krolu got low. That healing ward did some work, but they're taking down Ardra. Well, actually, first of all, they take down Uther. They're going for Ardra now, and he dies as well. The double kill, even with a double healer, they were not able to mitigate all of that damage. And now 3 heroes just rushing away, trying to escape. Celium has the Frost Shot already. Oh, nice move by Gluehammer, just getting to safety in the last second. But with Vala moving in, they could maybe get slow against mobs here. No, they actually don't kill any one of the remaining 3 heroes. A bit of a surprise to me. I thought Vala would be able to do that. Yeah, plant taken in the last second, so plant on the way now as well. Looking at the damage, to give you a bit of an idea of what's going on, 17,000 on Tyrande, more damage, or nearly as much damage as we are seeing for Falstad. But if you want to see the champ of DPS in this game, then you'll have to look towards the red team with Vala and Nazeebo, out DPSing the opponents quite easily in this one. Another one already taken here, up to the top. There's Wooby, Krolu and Mopsio. Just trying to deal with that plant, but yeah, plant down here. Maybe he has to rotate down, that's exactly what he's doing at this point. So the plant stunning out Breeze. Oh, nice polymorph seeds that were being set into place. But Wooby is pressuring Mopsio quite a lot. Oh, Splendor stun, 1 stun twice, and he is down. That is it for the heal. Wooby not dying, gets healed then the last second. Good Rain of Vengeance that we see to just like get Arden out of the way. But yeah, that was a really bad fight for them. Oh, but that old Krolu is being taken out. There's no judgment anymore. Polymorph seed got interrupted. And Breeze might die, but he takes Tyrael with him. Breeze about to go down. Yes, can he kill Alan? He can't. But he moves back to maybe get more than that. Celium with an attempt to take down Uther, but they don't get it. 3 heroes against 3 heroes. The kills on both sides. Both of them trying to work with the plan. Eternal on his Billy Mount is just rushing away, takes the seat with him on the retreat. But yeah, those fights, oh boy. I mean, I have to give it to especially Mopsio. Like, he does a lot of damage with that Tyrande. I guess with all those additional talents for the Hunter's Mark, that is something where you can really get damage in. Yeah, by the way, earlier I mentioned, it's just like ringing a bell right now, earlier I mentioned that I was a bit surprised that Vala wasn't trying to hunt the target down with a Frost Shot, but of course we have Spell Shield taken here, a double Spell Shield, something that is so unusual in the game that I did not realize at this point in the heat of the battle that it was actually an issue. But yeah, Spell Shield of course keeping Vala safe in a lot of cases. In this particular match, or in this particular fight, she actually died, but that was one of the main reasons why they didn't even try to chase, because they knew they could not utilize the Frost Shot to really slow her down there. So my apologies for not realizing that immediately. Bloodlust being used already, not quite sure if that was the perfect time to use it, especially since Breeze is moving back in, but Wooby, he's moving back. There's a healing ward, or there was a healing ward, and especially Tranquility was also in place, so Bloodlust not doing anything for them, but a nice stun by Mopsio, trying to save Alan here. Good hook against Krolu too. Oh, and they get both of them. Both of the healers dying. Really nice route by Malfurion. Splendor using it there at the perfect moment in time. That was a rusty Malfurion move right there. Yeah, Wubi and the rest of the team, it's a 5 versus 3 at this point, and level 19 nearly, 19 and a half for them. They could go for the keep, and they are definitely going to go for that. Not only taking down that well, but they will put pressure on it. But a nice, that is actually a good starfall. That might save them the keep. That might save the keep for now. Looks very much like that's going to happen. No, they move in. They just don't care. They have still Malfurion there. I don't think there is the healing ward. Alright, with that they can of course mitigate the damage. And they take the keep. Very aggressive game here. Still the 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series for Team Tomorrow Big. And they play a great game. 11 kills against 8. But I really have to say that the composition that is being played by Alternate is better than I expected it to be. It's very alternative. It's something that you rarely see. I mean, not only that we are seeing the double healer comp here once again, but having a false stat and a Tyrael together with it, going into Bloodlust, using something like Hunter's Fury in this case, and also going for a battle momentum on Rhaegar. That is definitely new. I love it. I love that they experiment with it. Team Tomorrow Big is an extremely solid team, a very strong team. They're currently on the top in Europe. And Alternate is doing really well with this comp. So even though they're falling behind right now, I want to give them some credit for the creativity that they show here. Not only in the choice of heroes, but also in the talents that they take to adjust. I really like that a lot. That build on Tyrande has been one that has been around for some time, but people haven't been using it all that much. It's more something that you experiment with, and usually you don't even go for Hunter's Fury. So Alternate doing a very, very great job, and I'm loving that approach here. That they have the balls to play it in a final when they're down one map just says something about the Polish team. Very, very... They have some balls there. And these guys are doing work. So, first of all, like, kudos to them. I really like what they're doing here. This is pretty impressive. But still, the game, or the team in the lead, is Team Tomorrow Big. And they might be able to close it out here with a 2-0. But before that happens, they need to finish the game. They have level 20 talents, though, and that's the difficult part now. Ravenous Spirit, Mopsio. He got caught out, and the problem that you have with Tyrande is you do not have an escape skill. Hardened Shield on Stitches is helping a lot. The Storm Shield on Malfurion will keep them alive in those fights, especially against the Bloodlust. And talking about Bloodlust, the dog is trying to escape here, or even using Bloodlust to get away, which is an interesting choice to utilize that, because the cooldown, as you can see here, is 2 minutes, but he really thought he might be able to escape. But, well, guess what? Newsflash, he won't. Krolu is going to die here for sure. So he's down for another 60 seconds. I guess by the time that he's back, the Bloodlust is nearly going to be up again. But now, of course, those 2 kills, they were bad. That nearly puts a nail into the coffin. Level 21 versus level 19. And I guess those few mercenaries or minions at the top lane will give level 20 to Team Alternate. But with the seats now completely in the hands of the red team, since they can take all on the map, they are the ones with 5 heroes rotating still. They should be able to do a lot of work here. I would be very surprised if they are not able to take like 2 plants in a row. And with 2 plants in a row, you can barrel down that mid lane and really dish out damage against that core. Use 2 of those. We have now Hardened Shield taken on Tyrael. It's a great talent for Tyrael. Tyrael in general not really a hit point heavy hero compared to others. I mean, Stitches, for example, is now at 6,200. Tyrael, on the other hand, is currently at 5,200. So there's a 1,000 hit point difference between the 2 of them. And there's only a level that divides them. So with that Hardened Shield, he's going to have a much easier time in the fights to stay alive. Divine Hurricane is great for this too. We're having Bolt of the Storm once, the Call of the Wildness, Call of the Wildhammer, my bad, and another Storm Shield this time for them. But you can really see how especially those plants are going to cause a bit more of a problem. Wubi is going to go for the plant. There's the seeds taken. There's no plant for Alternate, and they can't get one. The heroes were just like down. They didn't have an opportunity to fight there. First plant is moving in, and it's easily not only a second plant, but at the same time they have also nearly the same amount of seeds than their opponent. If they take, they have more even. They will even have a better position after they take the second plants to town, and they are moving up straight to the top. Splendor, Celium, Breeze, and Eternal, they are starting to go for it. They actually don't even go through the mid lane. I really expected them to go maybe even straight for the core, but they want to take down the keeps first. And maybe go in with the second one then. There's already the plant, and yeah, Polymorph Seed is there. They drop 1 tower, they drop 2. And is there a hook? Hook! Oh no, not against Mopsio, but he gets away. Has Blink on Tyrande, and that Blink saved his ass. Tyrande not having a chance there without that Blink. That was the money hook right there, the one that they needed. Now Breeze, of course, just waiting for his cooldown to be ready again. Doesn't hit anything here. But the root was ready. The root was ready, and they're still utilizing the plant to push that in. They need to do some damage. I mean, they need to do something with that plant. The polymorph seed allows them to go in straight again. Wooby is... Oh, the attempt! Splendor is down, the healer is gone, the stuns on the other hand. Oh my god. Alternate is... Are they taking it again? Alternate with the Bloodlust! Oh, Krolo is taken out though. Alan just barely surviving. No, he dies as well. And with Ardren about to die, even with his shield. Oh, Celium, balls deep right now, going straight for that kill, but it's the kill against Mopsio as well, and suddenly only Gluehammer is alive, and Celium, he doesn't care that he doesn't have any hit points left, he just moves in regardless. They wipe the team, 18 kills against only 9. That up at the top is nearly gone, and they move in, they tank the damage on the core with a Breeze. Very, very well done here. Team Tomorrow Big takes this game with a 2-0 in the best of 3 series and are able to win another GO4Heroes tournament. Kudos still to Team Alternate for playing a great match here and a very innovative strategy. Congratulations to them as well, reaching the finals here. And yeah, this is it for the day. A 2-0 victory in the finals. Team Tomorrow Big taking down Team Alternate and winning another GO4Heroes tournament.
Tomorrow Big takes it with a 2-0 against Alternate and they win another final. Once again they're victorious in the GO4Heroes Cup, but still a lot of credit goes also to Team Alternate for having the balls to play a build like that. Very interesting to see the Searing attack build on Tyrande. That was of course something that was quite enjoyable. That combined with the Bloodlust that we had on Rhaegar. I must say I really enjoyed the thought process that they had there, even going for something like Tyrael. So the entire comp that they've been playing here, very enjoyable, very exciting as well. And I hope that a few other teams will pick up on that as well, or that Alternate will refine the build even more and then play it in the future once again. But the victor, of course, of the best of 3 series is still Team Tomorrow Big. They played a great tournament, they're once again victorious, and they took a very, very neat 2-0 victory in the finals here. I hope that you guys enjoyed the games as well. I personally really loved what we saw from Alternate and from Tomorrow Big. Both teams playing a great series. If you enjoyed it too, give the video a thumbs up on YouTube. And I hope that I see you guys again for the next video here on Khaldor TV with Heroes of the Storm. If you have any questions, just put them into the comment section. And I'll see you guys next time with more Heroes of the Storm on Khaldor TV. Bye bye.